Okay, everybody, we got us another video here, and I don't want you guys to be scared, but this is what's happening, all right? So the reason why I'm making this video is because people need to know that Nintendo themselves, they're trying to get rid of the retro ROM hacks that are out there. Many of these gaming companies out there, and I say, man, if it's after 10 years, man, that's y'all's own fault for not remaking the game on another system, or that's your own fault for not making it happen, okay? Because, to be honest, come out with something that makes us want to keep it, that way it's worth having. Because I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of these old games you cannot get anymore, and with ease, Now, we're going to talk about a few things here. I have all of the mini consoles, so we're not even going to show all of them because that's just too much. I'll do some separate videos at some point showing the PlayStation 1, showing the TurboGrafx 16, showing the Super Nintendo 1. I have two Super Nintendo 1s intentionally unopened. So I was a little crazy back then. That was like maybe 2018 or something. Or was it even later? Who knows? I don't know. I think 18. But anyways, the whole point being here is it was before Toys R Us went out. I just know that. Whatever that was all about. So, may have been 2016 to 2018 range. But anyways, so I have all of these classic consoles, and what's important here is I need people to understand that you can't go out and just play these old games with ease unless if you have a computer, and then you download the ROMs on the computer and you take a chance of getting infected because you downloaded a virus. And there's just so much of that these days, and some of your spyware and some of your programs that you buy now, they'll actually prevent you from going to certain sites or even being able to see certain sites on like Google, so you have to use different search browsers. And some of them will even, I don't know, is it Norton that won't let you into many websites, I mean, good God, what are you thinking, right? And so, I don't use Norton. It's for the kids. I was a fan of the Kaspersky. Some people call it Kaspersky's, but when I guess Trump came into office, and after he was leaving office, maybe somewhere around there, basically Kaspersky got removed because it's based out of Russia, and we're having problems with Russia. Well, the problem with Russia is that the leader over there, Putin, I like him, he's cool and all, but he's doing a lot of stupid stuff, and he's making bad move after bad move, and I think the idea of war needs to just go away. We need to focus on space travel rather than fighting with each other. But okay, I know they're pretty negative over there with whatever they do. It is what it is. I don't know. Besides the politics, though, basically telling you this stuff can be hard to find. Like I said, unless if you have a computer, you're downloading the ROMs, a bushel full of ROMs. You can buy the stuff on Amazon or eBay. One of the ones I really want to hit on that I thought was super cool, I know it's probably China knockoffs with, it's got 1 million games, right? I mean, like, so many games, it's ridiculous. The only problem I had with the Super Console here is that the PlayStation games on there didn't have no sound, and they didn't even have the full collection of PlayStation. Now, I am still looking for like a modded PlayStation Mini, but they're really hard to come by. There is someone on eBay that's selling them for a pretty good price. I don't know if it was like 200 something. And I was half tempted to buy it, but I thought, well, what's going to happen if I do, right? So, like, say it stops working in a week or something because he put mods on it. Who knows what happens, right? So, this one here was off of Amazon. It may be damn near impossible to find now. I do have it hooked up to the TV, so it is really cool. It has all of the TurboGrafx games. So it's Canuck or whatever that, however you pronounce that, Super Console Cube X3. The most emulators, the best gifts, whatever. Who knows what China's thinking when they put that stuff together. So it comes with the console, an SD card, HD, which should be HDMI maybe, power cable, and controller. This thing here is amazed me. I know a lot of people have negative reviews about some of the stuff with these consoles, but the problem is you better get them while you can, because you can't get on Xbox or PlayStation and play any of these games, and Nintendo ain't popping all their collection. So to buy individual consoles is just useless, right? So there's like an empty box here, maybe for padding, or maybe it was in that, I don't know. Comes with an instruction thing. This is what it looks like, people. Super Console Cube X3. Okay. Now, what I really liked about this is it had, this is like a full paper in here. And I wanted to make a video on this like a year ago when I got it, and I just never did. And it comes with even a remote for whatever reason, like who's going to really do that? It comes with like, is that a SD chip or whatever? That comes with 2 PlayStation 2 controllers is what it looks like. And they don't feel that extremely cheap. They are lightweight, but they don't feel completely knockoff cheap. Like, it actually works. And to tell you the truth, I'm going to show you real quick. So here it is, sitting right there, and it's collecting some dust, and you put the little chip in there, so that way you can have multiple controllers. You buy more controllers. It only comes with 2. Now, this thing, why it amazed me and why I really liked it. Okay, so there's a lot of people out there that'll say negative stuff, but what really, it's plug and play pretty much, and so it's a little weird with how you back out of games. You got to get used to it. So you're going to do a lot of stuff. But I had Quest 64 on there, okay? And Quest 64, it looked good. It didn't look like real bad crap. And I was surprised, Quest 64 from the 64. I was like, that game, I try hooking it up to my TV right now and it's going to look like crap. Any 64 games going to look like crap on these big TVs because the signal is too low of a signal, okay? Like I've stated in a previous video, if you check those out. So what's really important here is okay, so we know that the analog 3D is coming, okay? So all my 64 games will be revisited. We have plans for just that. I actually have set a whole bunch of stuff aside and found some good deals, and I might touch base on those in another video. But what we're showing here is, okay, so the one reason why I'm showing this here, and we're going to plug these in and show you guys these. This here has been banned from like the internet. It's extremely hard to find, okay? You can find it maybe on Amazon, but the reason why they kind of ban this and extremely hard to find is because, okay, we're going to go there. So cover your ears if you're a kid. Better not be watching, right? So, and no oppressed moms here, by the way. So what we have here is a game system that's like, it's like the Super NES, okay? And it's a complete knockoff. They took their mini, how China's going to do this, So the reason, and here it comes, grab a hold of something, is the games on this. There's a ton of games on here that are racist and have pornography. Well, if you're talking 8-bit and 16-bit, it's not really that kind of, it's not that bad, but, basically, you're like, what is it? The Jungle Book or something game. He's running around completely naked with a thing hanging out, wanging around, right? There's supposedly racism and references to like racism. A lot of like, nonchalant, like stuff that you could only find on the computer for a ROM hack. And that's what these ROM hacks are all about, you know. But you're talking a ton of games on here. They have original games along with ROM hacked games that are ROM modified games. And when you're a game collector, you're like, ooh, what? We've got some nudity? Oh my God. So, you know that, we're going to go over this. Now, of course, Made in China, folks, my favorite. And they're the only ones out there with the balls to do it, because I guess someone in America might get in trouble. So, contains these games. You don't have to game card download. Okay, so we don't know what they're talking about. But anyways, classics Made in China once again, everybody. It's got HDMI, built-in games. I don't know what the 9-pin thing is about. We're going to find out. Nothing on the bottom. The reason why I'm showing these things, like I said, is there's people out there that are like lawsuits, or we're going to stop you from doing this. Or even worse, Nintendo gets their idea out there that, man, you've got one of our games from 1921 and we want that game back. You can't make money off of that. It's like, you know what? Get off your butts and make some stuff. Now, they did with this. This is the NES Classic Original. We're going to be opening all these up, folks. We don't care. So, it has all these classic games. We're also going to show an on-screen performance along with, hooked up HD-wise and everything. So, we have some of the best here on this system here. So the reason why I bought this and have this is she was pregnant. And I said, well, I didn't buy the NES one, and I thought it was going to be a hoax. That's why I didn't buy it. And I wasn't happy that the game selection wasn't big enough. I said, man, it only comes with 30 games, man. I said, there's like hundreds of games. So why not have all of the games on there, why don't they do that? So that's why I didn't buy it. But then when it came to the Super Nintendo version, which I have like 2 or 3 of downstairs put in the box, which I'll do a separate video on someday, those, I bought those. So I was like, oh, we're going to start this. And that's what I thought. I thought they were going to come out with like a 64 mini. Everybody wants a 64 mini. Let's not even go there, everybody. So Nintendo is just like, we're not doing nothing. We're being lazy. So just kind of showing you the box here real quick. Retro blast from the past, and it sure as hell is. This could keep kids entertained. So my kid will only be raised on retro games until she's like 18, You're not allowed to go online until, maybe 16 or older at least. I mean, you gotta really, prove yourself to me that you can beat these games and you understand where my generation came from. My brother and me and all of us that played these games, you have to earn the ranks. And just like my dad, you're gonna start with Atari, and that's how it's gonna go. It'll be an honor to pass down stuff like this to the kid, okay? She will not be opening it, though, because I know how kids open stuff. So, let's check this out. Okay, right off the bat, it looks like a fold kind of top. So it is. Okay? And like I said, the Super Console X, it was awesome because it has some 64 games. Some aren't really playable, but most of them are. It has all the TurboGrafx 16 games. It even has in it Cotton in there. And Cotton is an extremely rare game. Now, they have another name for this. I don't know if it's like Witch or like some sort of Sabrina Witch or something weird. I don't remember. But this is a really cool like flying side shooting game where you're like a witch on a broom. Okay? And it has all kinds of cool stuff. I just thought it was really cool. It's only on the TurboGrafx, and you can't buy that game. Everybody that's selling that game, they want like $4,000 for it for the TurboGrafx. I'm not kidding you. I don't get it. Whatever. Fine. But the whole point is this has a million billion games on it. It's just so awesome to see that. I don't really want to overheat it, and I might put it away for now until I get everything back to normal. But it's good to have these classics. So right here, okay, we're opening it up. We're taking a look. This is the system that has the foul language in it, the racism, the nudity, and why every game collector out there, I mean, these things sold like hotcakes. You find them at retro stores. They're like 20 bucks, you know. It's like 20 bucks for this thing? Are you kidding me, right? You know, they're like, okay, you know, and, you know, because, well, you know, they got banned. And they even did a story about this console. Like, if you go look this up, go look that up. Super Mini SN02 with 821 games. They actually had some sort of TV show on the news or something. You know how they just try to take down people and everything. You know how the world is, right? So they had some sort of TV show about this, and or not a full TV show. It was like the news channels or something, and it was all like, "Hey, man, this is bad for kids. Don't buy that for your kid. It's bad." And all these mothers, it's like, don't you know what you're buying? It's a retro console, man. It's got all these games and then modified games on there. This is for the gamers. This isn't for mothers and fathers that worry about their kids. This is for game collectors. You don't understand. So, you know, people in China know what they're doing. You know, you ain't fooling no one. So anyways, here we have this box here that the lid doesn't want to stay open. But I guess this is the kind of 16 pin they're talking about here or something. And it comes with 2 controllers. Obviously this will not hook up to anything other than this, because I swear to God this looks like an Atari like plug, you know. I mean, look at that. The cut is even bad. There's even like plastic sticking out right there. You see that? And when they push the pins in, who knows which controller will work, right, for 20 bucks? So they feel pretty sturdy. The buttons feel not bad, actually. I was surprised. Start button, those buttons stick a little. This is not bad at all, actually. I was expecting less. So it's a mini console, obviously fits in your hand. And folks, this is what it's all about. Game collecting at its finest. China knocking off stuff. Nothing pushes here. Apparently this pushes. That does not push at all. It's only the power. So people that love collecting, says Game Genu or something. What the hell? HD and DC. So those plugs look really cheaply fitted in there, like they might move around. But, you know, for 20 bucks, man, come on now, you know. So, pretty good buy, everybody. It's a pretty good buy, trust me. It's going to have those games on there. We're going to check that out. It's going to be shown in a full video here. Will I get this all processed tonight or the next day? As it is nighttime, the kid's asleep, it is what it is. Now, we have a NES Classic Edition here. This should probably be a separate video for this, which is probably about right. A full teardown of all the games and everything. Everybody else has already done this online, but nobody has a video showing this, you know. No, there's a reason. Now, there is people like, give a shout out to, what is it? Mad Little Pixel, because he does this, and China contacts him, and I think he had this on there, and he was kind of giving it like a mixed review. He was like, "Oh, come on, guys," you know, and I think he was pissed off that PlayStation sound was not there. Well, anytime you download these ROMs off the internet, they don't have no sound either. I don't know how to get around it, but you find the right ones and you'll get them. But the reason why PlayStation is so important with their PlayStation 1 games is there's a lot of damn games, and people are looking to play Death Trap Dungeon, and Death Trap Dungeon is not easy to find. Like, okay, I've got it. I've actually got the game, and it's in mint condition, untouched. It actually could sell for literally $1,000. It is so new looking, you would poop your pants. But Death Trap Dungeon goes for a lot of money, okay? And I've got it untouched, no scratches. You wouldn't believe. I need to do a video on it. But there's certain games, what I'm telling you though, is there's certain games that you're not going to find on PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4. They're not going to re-release all their stuff on there, because, you know, if they did, they just did something just the other day. PlayStation opened up the library for PlayStation 1 games, and I'm like, well, you don't have all your damn games in there, so what are we going to do, right? Well, that's where these guys come in handy, you know. Now, you can stick a card in there that has ROMs, and people don't know that. So what you do is you get the ROM, and you take your little thumbstick. You're taking one of these right here, okay? You're taking one of these, sticking it in your computer, and then you're gonna put all your ROMs on there, and you can plug it into this, and you'll have additional ROMs, okay? So most people, you know, I know it sounds like it's illegal, but to be honest, everything's illegal, right? So, you know, remember back when YouTube, why YouTube has all the copyright laws now for music? It's because they got slapped along with Napster. Napster got slapped, YouTube got slapped. Everybody back in the day, everybody was downloading music, and they were downloading it from YouTube and Napster. And so anyways, it is what it is. I mean, people want their music, right? So, well, you can't go buy CDs anymore. You can't go buy cassette tapes. You can't, you know, say you have a full collection like my brother of cassette tapes. What do you do then? So it's like, man, I got to rebuy this stuff all over again? No, I'm just going to steal it. So that's where it turns into. But we're going to check this out, and we might check this one out too. We'll check out both. To throw this in there is just kind of showing size that, you know, it's here. We're going to do a video on this, and there's a whole lot more to go over. So guys, stay tuned. A lot more coming. Okay, everybody, we're back. So we have this little thing hooked up that has all the bad games in it, supposedly, right? The controller, every connector is like upside down. You know how all these that plug in are actually like upside down. So whatever they were thinking when they did that. The good thing is that connector for the power that has a light over there, that's good, because that tells you that it has power and tells you if it's good or bad or working. So the problem we have here is when you look, OBS says not supported. So I want to be able to run this showing actual gameplay and on screen, but instead, because I may have to go in and mess with the settings or something to try to get this, but it says not supported. It does say HDMI, you know, 4K, 1080p, whatever. I've hooked up other stuff and it works. I don't understand why this does not. So I'm going to be doing some research, and later down the road I'll do another video that shows, hey, here's more of the games. Now I'm not going to show you all the games on this, but for OBS to say not supported, that means that it's pretty much not supported. Now, I may have to go in there and actually click somewhere on OBS. You know how you list it as Xbox or list it as this and that? Maybe I have to do that. But we'll see if there's an unlock ability. I may have to use a different program other than OBS to get it to work for capturing gameplay. So, right now, we're just going to show you a quick little run through. So, it's kind of delayed a little bit, but as you can see, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, wasn't that something that was, you know, but as you can see, there's a lot of games on here. Angry Mario, what was that? Mariano, what the hell is that? So you have to hit the start button. It says Super Mario Brothers. It just looks like Mario. I mean, it says Angry Mariano or whatever. I don't know. It looks like Complete ROM Mod. you know. It looks like just basically a... So yeah, it's not really what you want it to be. So they say you have to hit the power button and turn it back on to get it to work for stuff. I really want to do a screen capture using like OBS, but I knew I might run into this problem with certain ones, and I don't feel like looking everything up and doing all that. But, you know, as you can see, normally when you push these buttons here, none of them work. When you're on that screen, you have to hit the start button in order for it to work. So the backgrounds are all the same on this generic console here. And I'm not going to show you the games that have foul language, or the games that have like nudity, or the games that have you know, Fantasy Zone. This is like TurboGrafx 16, you know, Dragon Spirit Fantasy Zone. I mean, some of these games, I don't know, were they on Nintendo, you know? Nintendo, Super Nintendo. But anyways, the idea here is, you know, you've got a lot of games here. Mario in space. Here we go with something weird again, you know. And that's not Mario in space, that's Galaga. And there is like little Marios over there inside a little spaceship. So, really crazy, huh? So technically, if you zoom in, that's Mario. He's about to die, by the way. There's little Goombas and stuff. So these are all ROM hacks. And I'm not too sure what he's throwing there, but this is Galaga. So it should just say Galaga. Boom. So as you can tell, there's a lot of games on here that are modified ROM hacks. Which makes it really cool to have, you know, ROM hacks. It doesn't matter that there's foul language. You know, if you're a grown-up, you're a grown-up. And if you're a game collector, you don't buy this for kids, okay? You don't buy anything for kids. Kids get what kids get, and that's base. You know, when I was a kid, they didn't have nothing like this. So, you know, if someone had it, it would be because their dad bought it, you know? So there's a lot of stuff on here. Now, what's strange is whenever I hook up this Super Console thing right here, which I will not do right now, but what's really cool about that is it's a system that I was able to actually play, you know, this retro video game console. This one is a lot better. It has better side shuffling. You got all the billions of games. It looks a lot better. And it has a billion games from a billion game system. It actually has all the game systems you could think of on it. And I'm surprised they packed a wallop in there with all that. It's 1,000 times better than this cheap knockoff one. But this is cool. And we will check it out. I'm going to try to get it to work with OBS. And see. If it doesn't, I don't really care, you know. But we're gonna definitely throw that in a video down the road once I get the OBS hammered out. Now, it's not like a priority. If the community was like asking me to do it, then I would go get on it right away. But I work full time and I've got a kid and all kinds of stuff. I'm basically cleaning up the house, putting everything away. So this game here will probably get put away until... you know, we find a bigger house and get the hell out of Dodge, because you know, really I need to put everything away and be prepared for getting the heck into another realm. So that's what I'm working on. And as far as it goes, if there's something simple with the OBS fix, then I'll do it. You know, I'll take a quick look. If it's something simple, I'll do it tonight or do it another day soon, but eventually this is all going to get put away. So But yeah, just kind of showing you. Excite Bike was a great game. Is it a knockoff? There's Excite Mario. I just pushed over instead of down. UFO race, huh? What's that all about? Really? And it looks like a track, and it looks really basic. So it looks like the screen is black, and you got to hold down the button to do this. And normally I'd be running this on OBS, and it's really generic. What happens when you go off the side? Boom, that's what happens. So it's really basic and really poopy. It's really not that good of a game. But anyways, just kind of showing you guys. So what I have to say is, I would say buy you guys what you want to buy for yourselves, you know. And don't listen to the hoopla out there, and don't be buying stuff for kids. Kids are supposed to be held back and not given everything they want. It teaches them to try to earn it, you know. And, you know, you get them some main things that they want, but, you know, they don't need to have everything in the universe, right? Because they're kids. They're going to destroy it. So, as far as it goes, I'll check into OBS for everybody out there. I'm sure there's some people out there that actually have a video on this, that have a video on this system here. If they don't, then I would be the first. I will do research. It is kind of like a loopy kind of system. It'd be just for shits and grins and for a little fun on the side. You know, say you don't want to play your old Nintendo and stuff. It's good to have these little mini things because you don't want to, you know, break any of your old stuff, right? Or your nice stuff or this or that, right? So this is where these little cheap $20 systems come in handy. This goes from anywhere from 20 to 60 bucks. Okay, so depends on where you get it. Good luck finding it because, like I said, this is what it looks like. And the best one is still, in my opinion, Kintink's Super Console. They make a whole bunch of different types of consoles. Let's see if I can get zoomed in here. So Kintink's, or whatever that word is right there. Let's see here. Kinink. Anyways, you just type in that word with the K at the very beginning there, and you'll find a whole bunch of options. They have a ton of retro consoles. And they're more premium, more expensive ones for 300 bucks or so on Amazon. Those ones actually have PlayStation games that usually have the sound. So the more premium, the more money you're paying, probably the better quality you'll get. Now, I know they try to contact people about their systems and try to get them to do videos on their systems. That would be something for me down the road once the kid is able to walk and talk, and I don't have to deal with the kid, and I got a bigger place to deal with all that. My game room downstairs is nothing but totes right now. I'm putting everything away, and definitely not going to play around when it comes to that. The game room is being reorganized. When I first got here, years and years ago, I was like, I'm making a game room down here. Well, it was nice for like 15, 20 years. And now there's just so much stuff. It's like, it's time to put it away. And take everything off the shelves, everything off the stuff, get rid of the dust on anything, and call it a day. So we are going to go over a lot of stuff as games go on and time goes on. I would say within the next 2 years, between now and then, there's going to be a lot of uploads of games. We're going to be doing a lot of extra stuff. So there's going to be a lot of content coming. And we're also going to add additional stuff to the channel. You name it, like traveling or going here, going to special destinations, but that'll be in time, Gives us something to do and then helps document our world and lives all in one. So It's a great way to document everything, put everything out there, and then show everybody every detail. And hopefully we don't miss nothing. So talk to you guys later. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Talk to you later. Bye.